So in the meanwhile, we'll start with a poll question. So, this will help us to understand what kind of audience we have with us today. So I request all of you to please participate in the questions. So I request everyone to please participate in the questions. There are 6 questions down there. And I want everyone to participate in the poll and answer on all the questions. Guys, everyone who has joined, and I request everyone to please participate in the poll. Please answer all the questions. It will help us like understand you better and you know let the flow of the webinar be according to our audience. Please answer all the 6 questions. All right, so I'm ending the poll now. So I would like to welcome everyone here. So I'm Shivi from Team Advonics, and as all of you know, we are here for today for the webinar session on full stack development program. We are going to be discussing extensively about what full stack development actually is all about, how is it going to be beneficial to you, what are the opportunities in the market, and much more. Okay, and as I can see in the poll, I will share the results. We have approximately 65% of our audience who are currently studying, right? And same 65% audience are here are here for the for the program so that they can get a job with us, right, into full stack development. And we have around 47% and 41% who are saying they have less than 5 hours, somewhere between 1 hour and 5 hours per day for this course of us learning full stack, right? And we have divided vote between doubt the challenges you face while learning online. So we have doubt clearing sessions, we have structure of plan for proper learning, they lack guidance on how to proceed from one technology to others. So yes, we are going to discuss all of this. All right, and everyone has said that 45,000 is what they want to pay for the program. All right, and we have in the question number 6, do you have any prior exposure to programming or coding? And I'm glad to see that everyone here knows something or something about coding. We have 53% who have studied coding or programming in college. We have 18% who have partial knowledge. They are either working on front end or back end or some other related technologies. And 24% are approximately 1/4 are learning this technology by self, or they have joined some coaching. All right. Thank you. Thank you for participating in the poll. So we would like to start this session now. We have with us Miss Sonam Soni. She has 8+ years of experience in technical training and development. She has been providing training to both individuals and corporates all together. And she's one of the lead instructors with Advanix. So we would like to welcome Sonam ma'am, and you may take over now.
Thank you. Thank you, Shivi. Hello, everyone. Guys, am I audible to you?
Yes, you are.
Thank you so much for the quick confirmation. Okay, so let me share my screen. Just give me the quick confirmation. Is my screen is visible to you? Yeah. So today we are going to discuss about a very interesting topic, a full stack. You must have heard about full stack in your like groups in your colleague with the colleagues. Like, okay, I want to become a full stack developer or full stack this technology. I want to become a full stack developer in this particular technology. So whatever exactly the full stack development is, what is the difference between the normal web development and full stack development? So let's understand everything, like whatever the questions, whatever the queries which are zooming around you, so that we are going to clear today in this session. Okay, so our topic is how to become a successful stack developer. Like if you want to become a full stack developer, but in the full stack developer also, like what are the different types of stacks which are available, and from these different stacks, why this merge stack is very popular, what is the very important keyword, like when you say am, so what is the importance of am in this merge stack, what is the importance of this e in this merge stack, what is the importance of this r in this merge stack. And so this different MER and this keywords have the different importance in this tech. Okay, and then I'm going to give you the clarity, like how you can become a successful Munstack developer with the same. Okay, so when you say Munstack is basically a combination of 4 technologies. Like when you say M stands for MongoDB, E for Express, R for React, and N for Node.js. And when you combine this 4 technology, and then you are going to develop one application that is called as a Munstack development application. You can say like that, MERN application, you can say, right? So I'm giving a small introduction of mine, guys. Myself, Sonam Soni. I'm a BEIT, and I'm having overall more than 8+ years of experience in this MERN stack, main stack, and Java full stack development, as well as expert and the instructor. I'm also like Oracle certified associate Java SE8 programmer. So this is a small introduction of mine, guys. Now let's continue with the Munstack development. How you can become a successful Munstack developer. And if you want to create a small application of Munstack within a small amount of time, you don't want to learn each thing step by step. You just want to get the requirement. Like, yes, my requirement is I want to create a bank application. This is my requirement, and I want to implement that. So if you want to create that kind of thing, then how you can implement? So do you really want to create a Munstack application in a small amount of time? Yes, then you are at a correct place. So here we are going to understand what is the role of full stack developer. Then we are going to understand why React.js, why Node.js we are choosing for the development. And also we are going to understand what is the different perspective of AM. Here we are using AM. AM is for MongoDB. So why this AM is important here? Why MongoDB we are using as a database? We have multiple type of databases available here. Then why MongoDB as a database we are using in this Munstack? So that is we are going to understand here. So before starting that, I just wanted to give you a small idea, like if you want to become a particular software developer, or if you want to become a full stack developer, or if you want to become a web developer, what kind of exactly role you will get in the different organization. Okay, so when you say if you want to become a software developer, what options you have, what kind of roles you can join, what kind of designations you will get. So here we have the multiple options. You can see you can become a web developer. Now you have a question, web developer means what? Either you can become a particular front end developer, or you can become a particular back end developer. So when you say web developer, means you can become any particular programming language developer as well, either C developer, C++ developer, Java developer, PHP developer, Node developer, JavaScript developer, Python developer. So these all technologies, if you are using any one of this, if you are using for the development, you can say like you are a particular web developer for the same, right? The next is database administrator. Now, when you are working with the real-time data, you have a huge amount of information around you. You are managing a bulk information. So how you will manage, how you will replicate. If one server is not working, then how you will provide the response from the another server, how you will shard your data. So that all options, if you want to provide, then you must have to work with the database and database analysis and all the stuffs if you want to do. So that role is considered as a database administrator, where you are going to manage the admin level of your database. Next, full stack developer. Now you have a question. The web developer means you can become a particular separate developer for the particular language. But when you say full stack developer, means the combination of front end and back end. Means usually I can give you one idea like why this full stack developer right now in the market is so popular. Now understand, there is a startup company. Now startup company can't afford multiple peoples to hire in their organization. Like they want front end developer, they want back end developer, they want database administrator, they want somebody who can manage everything from the software development to deployment. Means everything they want to manage with the proper software development life cycle. Means they want somebody who can manage the full project. Means a scrum master. Means everything they want in one hand. So at that time, a small startup can afford one person who knows everything. So because of this full stack developer came in the market with a very high, you can say that high jump. Like people want the person who knows everything, who can do everything with that particular project. They are not going to depend on one, like okay, I have done my back end part, now I am waiting for the person who has started doing his designing. No, there is one who can do anything. Means you can also shift the role. Like right now in a team I am working as a backend developer, but after some time I can also change my role to work as a front end developer. Means if I know everything, I can play the role of each and every parameters which are required to develop a software. So that's why this full stack developer is become very popular in this world right now. Okay, after that we also have an option which is the data scientist. When you say data scientist, means when you have a huge amount of data, like, and you want to analyze the data, and according to that data you want to take the decisions. Maybe you have heard about the technologies like big data, Hadoop. You must have heard about this technology. So this is also one option, so that you can become like a data scientist. One more we have like a scrum master. Now you say when you are trying to become a software developer, so you cannot start developing the software directly, right? Suppose I say you have to develop a building, so you are not going to start building your building your like the particular house or anything which you want to develop. You cannot directly start developing the same. You have to make a proper plan, and you are going to follow that plan. So first of all, make the plan, then do its designing, then start developing, then test everything. If everything is fine, then you will allow the people to stay in that particular place. So that is the role of, you can say that, a software development life cycle. Means you are going to plan something, then you are going to start implementing the same. Once implementation is done, you are going to test that. If testing is going to work fine, then you will ask the people like, okay, start staying here. So this is the role of a software development life cycle in your software development process. So we have multiple models for developing the particular software, but here when you are working with this full stack development, the very popular model that we have, which is the agile. And in the agile also, the very popular one framework which we are following, that is the scrum. Even most of the companies are following this framework. So if you are become a successful software developer person who is managing everything, then you can also become a team lead, you can say, as the person who is managing the full development of the software. So that can play the role of scrum master. So this is also one important role that you can take as a software developer. Okay, also one we have, which is a cloud engineer. So you must have heard, like whenever you create an application, you have to release your application in the real world. So how you will release that? You can host your application, but right now we are not hosting the applications on the server because we have clouds, right? So we can use Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform, AWS, Amazon Web Services, right? And then you can start hosting your application on this cloud, like deploying the application on the cloud. Node application you can also deploy on the AWS cloud, Heroku, anywhere you can deploy your application. So this is also one thing that you can this is also one important role which you can consider for the software developer, which is cloud engineer. Okay, then the one is a machine learning engineer. So this is also one popular thing that is right now in the market, like IoT, Internet of Things. People want everything in their hand, like they want something like a remote control in their hand and they want to operate everything. So right now this artificial intelligence, machine learning, and based on that you can also start developing your devices. And these devices are, which is basically connected with your IP addresses, and you can connect like everything sitting at your home. Like you can do everything sitting at your home. So that is also one important role that we have, which is a machine learning engineer. So over there you have to learn some different language like embedded C or something like that. So that is also one important software developer position that you can get. So these are the different options that we have, like if you want to become a software developer, right? So now let's continue. If you say full stack development, so what exactly that full stack development? What is the difference between web development and full stack development? So when you say, if you are working as a web developer, either you can work as a front end developer, either you can work as a backend developer, or you can do the combination of front end and backend. That is called as a full stack development. Okay, so when you say full stack developer, means full stack developer can do everything. Either like you can start with the front end and then back end and then the combination of both. So if you want to become a particular language developer, then you can go for the back end. If you want to become a particular front end developer, so at that time you can choose any library and then you can start working on that. And if you want to do both, then at that time you can go for the full stack development. So what is full stack? Full stack means basically, I can tell you a simple example. You must have used the application like Facebook application or Instagram application or some online application to book your ticket, right? Railway reservation or movie ticket or anything which you have used. So when you see that application, what exactly you see? You can see one interface, right? Where you can see the registration form, login form, you can click on button, you can get the response from the server. So that is what you can see, that is called as a user interface, right? The next thing is when you click on button, like suppose you have entered the data and now you are submitting the form. So when you submit your form, you are sending your request to where? Server, right? So when you send your request to the server, your server is going to process the request, right? So you have submitted the form, your server has started processing your form, and once that process is completed, your data stored in the database. So can you tell me what exactly this full stack is divided? Like it is exactly divided into three parts. Can you see from this definition only? Read. Every application has a user interface, a server to process the request, and the database. So if you see here, the user interface means what user can see, view. Okay, a server to process the request means this is the backend code. and where you are going to store the data. Means this is something called storage. So if you see this view means what you can say, presentation of your data, right? Backend code means how you are going to process the data. And this is the storage, means that is nothing but the database. So if you see this definition, from this definition only you will exactly get when you want to become a full stack developer, what things you have to learn, right? Are you able to understand? Yes. So every application, see any application, Instagram you see or Facebook you see or any application if you see, you will find out these things. The data stored in the database. When you click on some buttons, that is going to process the request, and something which you can see in front of you, the presentation of your information, that is the view. So that view is basically called front end, and this you can consider as a back end, and this you can consider as a storage, or you can take it as a database. And the combination of these three things is considered as a full stack. And if you know the development of all these three things, then you are considered as a full stack developer. So now if you see, I have given one example, like this is the code which you can see here. Like this is front end. Okay, the backend code which I have written here, this is the backend part, and this is the database. Now this is totally depend, either you are keeping all these three things on three different locations, like three different cloud database, at like Firebase database you are using, backend you are deploying on some other location, front end you are deploying on some other location. Means three you can deploy on three different locations, three you keep at one location, that is totally depend on you. And according to that, you can divide your application like one tier application, two tier application, three tier. Like these are the architecture which you can follow while creating your application. So usually we will not follow one tier and two tier. We are going for the three tier architecture development only. So we are separating our database code, our backend code, and our front end code, right? So this is basically called as a full stack. Now, if you want to become a full stack, then what is the role? What are the technologies which you should learn if you want to become a full stack? So let's understand that. So see, consider if you want to become a full stack developer, means you have to understand both the things, front end development and back end development. Now, when you say if you want to learn a front end development, what are the things which you are going to learn? So in the front end development, you can see front-end languages are also there, and front-end libraries and frameworks are also there. So if you say languages, you must have heard about the common languages. Have you heard about HTML, CSS, JavaScript? Okay, so HTML, CSS, JavaScript are the front-end languages. Different libraries we have, like you must have heard about the libraries like Bootstrap. Okay, React is also the library. Framework is we have like Angular. When you say Angular is a framework, Vue.js we have. Okay, and when you talk about the backend, we have multiple backend languages. Okay, like Java we have, C you have, Python you have, C sharp you have, and we also have the frameworks. Like if you talk about the different frameworks, like for the Python we have Django framework. Then .NET is also one framework. For Java, suppose you are using Spring Boot as a framework. So multiple frameworks that we have. So let's understand front-end languages. So we have HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. For front-end library, see React is also library, jQuery is also library, Bootstrap is also library, Angular is, you can take it as a framework. Okay, now when you say backend languages, see, there is one language which is very famous for both development, front end as well as back end. JavaScript is the only language which you can take as a front end development, and this language you can also take it as a back end language. Can you see? Only one language which you can take it in the both kind of development, front end and back end. So because of this feature only, we are going to use JavaScript in both the cases, front end and back end. Okay. Java is also one language we have. C Sharp is also a language. Python is also a language. And for this frameworks, you just see for JavaScript, the framework is Node. Java, we have Spring Boot framework. Then we have Spring framework, Hibernate framework. For C Sharp, we have .NET framework. And if you see Python, so for the Python, the framework which is we have, which is the Django framework. So these are the different front end languages and front end libraries that we can use, and different back end development languages and different frameworks are there. So you are not supposed to learn all this. If you want to become a particular Python developer, so then you are going to learn like a Python, Django in the front end, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or like either React or either Angular, like that you have to learn. And suppose if you want to become a MERN stack developer, then you are going to learn Node, and in the front end you are going to learn React. So like that you have to choose the particular technology, and then you can select a particular stack, right? Yes. So Dinesh, do you have any question for this Spring Boot, or you have just mentioned this? Okay, fine, no problem. So now let's continue. Now I told you different technologies we have, and different stacks we have. So what different stacks which are popular in the market and which you should choose for the development? So let's understand one by one. So the first stack, which is a MERN stack. When you say MERN, M stands for MongoDB, E stands for Express, R is for React, and N is for Node. So here, what you are going to use in the backend, you will combine Express and Node. I'll just give you the idea. Backend is the combination of Node plus Express, which is going to connect with the database, which is MongoDB, and whatever this which is created, this you want to take in your front end, and your front end will be React. So this is how the combination of the technologies are going to work. Is that clear? Yes. So M for MongoDB, E for Express, R for React, and N for Node. This is the one stack. The second stack which we have, like if you want to become a Java full stack. So in the Java full stack, again, I can give you like for the backend development, you can choose Java, you can choose a Spring Boot. Okay, you can choose the database, anything. Either you can go for MySQL or you can go for MongoDB, anyone. Okay, once this is created, once the API is created, this you can take in any of the front end, like either go for React or go for Angular. So this is how the combination of technologies work. So you can see this is the backend code and this is your front end. So this is considered as a Java full stack. So next stack is the Java full stack. Now one more stack which is have like this is the stack which is very old stack in the development. Like when the full stack development started, this stack came in the market first, we can say. LAMP stack. So L for the Linux operating system, A for the Apache Tomcat server, Apache. MySQL is used for the database, and the language which is used for the development, which is the PHP scripting language. And in the front end with this PHP, they can simply use HTML and CSS for the designing stuff. So this is called LAMP stack. Also, the very similar to this MERN stack, we have a mean stack. You just see here, this React is replaced with Angular. Other things are as it is: MongoDB for the database, Express and Node for the backend development, and Angular is for the front end. So React is replaced with Angular, and this is called as a mean stack. Now, if you want to become a Python developer, then you can go for Python and Django combination for the framework backend part. Database, you can choose MySQL. In the front end, you can either go for Angular or React. And for designing stuff, you can take CSS, jQuery, Bootstrap, and you can create your website response. Similarly, we have LAMP stack. So here, see, LAMP is also a LAMP stack. LAMP is also a LAMP stack. So here only the Apache you can see, which is replaced with NGINX. So only Apache is replaced with this NGINX. Other things are same. You can see operating system Linux. MySQL is for the database part, and for the backend code PHP we are using. So these two are the very old stacks. So right now they are also in the market, but the old projects which are created with them, they are updated with the same. But the newly projects usually like people using the latest ones, so they are following like the MERN, meme, or you can say that .NET full stack or a Java full stack. So this stacks are very popular right now in the market. Also, this is the .NET full stack we have. So when you say .NET full stack, you can use ASP.NET and ADO.NET for the backend. SQL Server, this is also the MySQL Server for the database one. And for the front end, you can go for Angular, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap. This libraries, with the help of that, you can create your website responsive. So like that, you can create. There is also one stack which we have, which is a Ruby. You can see here this icon. This language is called as a Ruby. So if you want, you can also become a Ruby developer as well. So Ruby as a backend language, MySQL for the database connectivity, and in the front end, you can go for any HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and you can also use the latest frameworks for like Angular, or you can use the React as a library for the front end development. So this kind of different stacks that we have while working in this different full stack developments. So is that clear, guys? Are you clear with all the stacks?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so I'm requesting Shivi. Shivi, are you there?
Yes, hi. I'm here,
Yeah.
Sonam. So I'm sorry to break the flow, ma'am, but I will take only 5 minutes.
No problem.
First of all, I can see that people are like not interacting very much. If you, I request everyone to please participate in this session. Okay, if you have doubts, if you have questions, just raise your hands or unmute yourself, and you can ask the questions. Okay, or else you can post them on the chat box. All right. So I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our company, Advanced Learning Solutions. So we are a 10 years old company with a specialization in providing upscaling courses across the world. Okay. And if we talk about this particular program, full stack development, we have had participation from 45 plus countries till date for this course. For our last batch alone, we have 12 participants from 12 countries in that batch. Okay, so we have a complete full stack development program which will run for complete 6 months. Okay, and we'll cover everything from front end to back end to database management. And the stack that we are going to cover is the MERN stack, the first one on your screen right now. So we are going to cover that. And as Sonam ma'am told us that a full stack developer or with a full stack development course, you are open to so much more opportunity than a normal programmer. Or if you are, if you learn just one language, you can become a front end developer, you can become a back end developer, you can become a database manager, you can become a complete full stack developer. Even if you want to switch to, go for data science or AI ML, there also you will require the basic understanding of a full stack developer, right? So we our course that we're offering, it's a live program. You will have live classes and you will have lots of projects with us. Every concept that you will be learning, right, every concept that you will learning in the weekend batches, you will get a project on that. So every week you'll be doing a one project with this program. So if you want to enroll for the program, or if you want to attend a demo session of the program, we are offering a flat 20% discount to everyone who's present in this webinar today. Okay, if you want to enroll for the program, please fill out the interest form that is being floated on the chat box. Okay, and please stay with us till the end. I understand a lot of you might be wondering if can you get the recording of this session. Yes, definitely you will get a recording. So everyone who is with us till the end and fills out the feedback form that will be floated at the end of the session, they are eligible to they will get the recording of this session along with a certificate for attending this webinar also. Okay, so if you are interested, please fill out the interest form. And yeah, that's it from my side. We are offering it for only 5 people, first 5 people who come to us. So thank you, Sonam ma'am. You may continue, please.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you. I got one question from someone like, do you not like Vue? No, I am using Vue as a development. So that is totally depends on the client requirement, and also like the companies, like they are what is the basically you have to consider. Like, see, if you are starting developing some application, first of all you have to check the requirement. Like, see, right now if I'll say if I want to work with the artificial intelligence and IoT, so at that time I cannot choose this kind of languages. I have to go with the low level languages like a C or embed C, something like that. So that is totally depend on the requirement. And one question from Ayush, which one is the high demand at the moment for the full stack web development? So like, see, considering like I have taken multiple corporate training with the different corporate clients in this world. Basically the most of the stacks which I have covered in this India as well as out of the countries, which is the MERN stack, mean stack, and Java full stack. Even .NET stack is also a popular one, but I am not a .NET expert. So, but yes, of course, .NET requirements are also there. But the most of this 4 stacks I have seen in the market, like for the training requirements as well. So, see, if the companies are giving the training, obviously that is totally depend on the requirements of the client, right? Then only they are going to spend this much of money to their employees. So obviously this tax, according to me, this tax are very popular in this market. Is BCA the right course after the 12th to become a full stack or a front end or a back end developer? You can choose any course. See, I have taken all kind of candidates, like the BCom background, like the one who are not coming from the IT background, and the one who are coming from the IT background, all can become a successful developer. A person who is a mechanical engineer can also become a full stack developer. A person who is from the commerce background can also become a full stack developer. But yes, of course, if you are saying BCA you have taken, so you have already the background for development, like the programming languages, the basic fundamentals. So obviously the learning in this thing will become very easy. Okay. Yeah. So now let's continue with the next things. Now we have selected here like MERN stack, which is the very popular stack right now over the world. You can see overseas as well. There are the more requirements. If you want to search, you can search like on the Google as well, like scope for the MERN stack developer. You will get so many things. like from the LinkedIn you will get, or you will get from the different portals of the jobs. You will get the details. Like this is why this is very popular for the same, right? And after the COVID, like people are giving the overseas job because like everything is become online, right? So this COVID-19 has given a very huge effect on this software development industry. So really, if you want to become a developer, you can do your work according to your times. Okay, and overseas work also you will be able to get. Why? Because now everything become online and people are offering the overseas job as well, right? So this is one benefit you will get from the same. Yes, yes, correct. So that is one thing that we have. So now let's understand why Node.js is a full stack for web development or a software development. Full stack means you can consider for both software development or web development. Means software development means that is the web development only. See, don't confuse yourself. When you say web developer means whatever the technology you know, like if you know JavaScript, you can become a JavaScript developer. Means you are considered as a software developer or you are considered as a web developer. And if you do all kind of development, back end and front end, you are considered as a full stack developer. So basically these words are zooming around you. They are the similar kind of words, but the meanings are little different. That's it. Okay. Yes. So now let's continue with the next, and I will discuss more questions after this part. So why Node.js? So let's quickly understand the features of the Node.js, why it is popular. See, in the Node.js, we are using JavaScript. So previously, JavaScript is only considered for the client-side scripting or a front-end development. But nowadays, we are using JavaScript for the back-end development as well. So here we are using JavaScript for the Node.js as a server language. Also, this Node.js is very like basically you can say that this is a single threaded application which is basically providing you the high performance. Means there is no blocking, no kind of blocking thread and all these things is available. Means all the processes you can execute in parallel. One process is not going to wait for the another process. Means there is no waiting time. So because of that, you can just say this is providing you the high performance. Okay. Also, you can host this application anywhere. I told you, like in any cloud service or on a Heroku or AWS or Google Cloud, anywhere you can host your application. The cache ability means, see, cache is nothing but I can say you, it is a temporary storage. So when you talk about the temporary storage is going to store the information inside that. So every time, rather than taking the data from the database, it can provide the response to the user from this cache. So what happened? This is also going to improve the performance of your application. Quick response. And when you provide the quick response, user wants that only. Right now, people want everything in their hand. They don't want to wait for a second even for transferring the money or for watching anything online. They don't want to wait. So you can see like this recent applications, like if you say this web series, if you are watching the web series is on this Netflix and all, so they are using what? JavaScript. And when they are using this backend language as this Node.js, so basically they are providing this cache ability, high performance, and because of that, this is giving you the high performance, and people are using this application, right? It is also you can say that highly extensible, and because of these features we are selecting Node.js for our backend development. Okay, next, React.js for the front-end development. Why we have selected? So if you see here, these are the very popular features for the React.js. JSX, which is called as a JavaScript extension. So when you see JavaScript extension means you can directly include your JavaScript code in your HTML code. Means if you want to combine the codes of JavaScript and HTML, usually we cannot do this directly in a simple HTML and JavaScript. So this is one benefit that we are getting here. Easily that is going to convert the code and compilation will become easy. Easily you will be able to get the output. So because of that, you will get the performance. So you can see the second feature is performance. So faster performance. Again, this is the JavaScript. So single threaded. Quickly, you will get this. Simplicity is there, means easily you can write the code for the front end development. There is no combination of multiple things you have to do, like you can separate your code in the part of different components. Like we can create functional component, we can create class components. Right now we have, like with the version 6, we got the new feature of this React hooks as well. So because of that, you can make your application more easy and more simple. One more and very important feature of this React JS, which is the one way binding. So when you say one-way binding, means you are not continuously doing the two-way binding. Only required, then only you do that. Otherwise, that is going to provide you the one-way binding. So this is one important feature which we have with the React.js. And also very important one, virtual DOM. DOM you must know, right? Document object model. If you know JavaScript, then you can know DOM. Otherwise, not an issue. You can learn this. This is very easy. Whenever you load any application, your application you are going to load in the browser. When browser load the page, basically your page is going to load in the DOM. Like all the tags are loaded in the DOM step by step by step. Now see, there is some change in the page. So usually what happens, the full page is going to reload. But this React is doing what? It is not going to load the full page. It is going to load only the thing which is changed. So this is going to give you the benefit in the virtual DOM. Virtual DOM will check, is there anything changed? Change, then only change that much of thing. So because of that, you are going to get the fastest result. So this is one benefit that you will get with the help of this React.js. So because of this different popular feature, this React.js become very popular for this front-end development. Now the very important one, M. Why we are using M and what is the different perspective of M while working with the MERN stack development. So M stands for MongoDB. See, you must have seen or you must have heard about the databases. We have multiple databases, like we have MySQL database, Oracle database, MS SQL Server as a database. Even if you will install this MS Office, you will get the MS Access, a simple access database as well, if you want to work with a small amount of data. So this is also one database that we have. But this is the different database that we have, which is called MongoDB. Why? So when you see this MySQL, Oracle, MS SQL Server, these are basically the structured database. They are following the structure. They are storing the information in a form of table, right? Create a table, and inside the columns, you are going to store the fixed amount of data. Means like suppose student information, if you want to store, how you will store? ID, first name, last name, email ID, password, address, phone number, like that. But I want to store the different informations, like, so every time I don't want to follow the structure. I just wanted to store the information in a form of document. First student information, second student information, third student information, like that, one by one by one. And all these informations I want to store in a form of documents, not in a form of table. So this is unstructured database. Clause platform you can use in any kind of platform. Document oriented means it is storing the information in a form of document. This is NoSQL database, means basically it is storing the information in a combination of key value pair. We are not going to store the information in like a tabular format, but we are storing the information in a combination of key value pair. It is flexible, which allows the user to create tables, means actually not table. These tables we are going to change with collections. Tables means it's collection. Okay, schema means you can say that a simple structure. And database means where you are going to store the data. So basically in the collection you can store, like in a one database, you can create collection. And in a one collection, you can store documents like this. This is the flow. Database have collection and collection has documents. So like that, we are storing the information in this MongoDB. And these documents have the uniquely identified primary key. If you will give, it will take yours. If you will not give, it will generate a automatic primary key. This is the very important feature of the MongoDB. So because of this, we are using this non-structured or NoSQL database, which is the MongoDB. Also, more important things, it is document storage. You are storing the information in a form of document. Reach and dynamic query support. We are not going to use the SQL queries, but we are going to use the different dynamic query support, which is provided by the MongoDB. Replication and high availability. You can replicate your data, like duplicates data with the multiple locations. Okay, and provide the data at high availability. Means if one server is not working, from the other server the user is going to get the response. So this is called high availability. Auto sharding. You can distribute your data. You can distribute your data at the different location. So distribution is considered as a auto sharding. So this is also a very important feature of this MongoDB. And quick access to data using the internal memory. Means suppose if you want to use the quick access of this data, so at that time you can use the internal memory, and because of that, that is going to provide you the fastest result. So this is also going to help you to improve the performance of your application. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now the last one, which is the express. Why we want express? So I told you, like, we are going to create a backend. Just will give you the idea, like this is the backend. So I have created the backend. So for backend, I have used Node.js, and this I have connected with one database, and like this is my database, which is MongoDB. But see, I want to fetch the data in some front end. So front end wants the data from some API. Okay, so here I'm going to use Express. Which is helping me to create the API, and that API I can take in the front end. Now consider, once this API is created, you can use this API not only React, you can use this API in Angular, you can use this API in Android, you can use this API in iOS. Means backend will be anything. Backend will be anything. Once this API is created, you can take this data in either React application, Angular application, Android application, iOS application. So this is the importance of API. So to create the API, we are going to work with the Express. Are you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Guys, am I audible to you? Okay, so just wanted to tell you, like whenever you are creating the API, that API data you can take in any of your front end. So you can see there is a Flipkart. So Flipkart's application is also available. Flipkart website is also available. Flipkart iOS application is also available. So backend is common and the same data is retrieved in any of the front end. So that's why this API creation is very important. Otherwise, you have to create the code for Android development separately, this development separately, website development separately, so that you can manage with the help of this, right? So that's why we required Express. So if you see here, the Express features, we can build single and multi-paged hybrid application with the help of Express. The very important one, API means middleware. API means you can also call it as a middleware. So with the help of Express, we can set up the middleware to respond the HTTP request. Now this request can be any kind of request: get request, post request, put request, delete request, any kind of request you can handle, right? You can set up the routing table to perform the various, like suppose you have created a website where you want to handle the products, where you want to handle the users, where you want to handle the categories, means any kind of routing you can manage. So these are the routes. So that is also you can create with the help of Express in this HTTP methods. And you can render the HTTP pages dynamically according to the data you are passing. If you pass your ID, that is going to display your details. If I am passing my ID, that is going to display my, see, Facebook page is same, the design is same. But if I am going to log in with my email ID and password, I can see my data. You are going to log in with your email ID and password, so you are going to see your data. Means this is basically what you, the page is same page, but data is updated dynamically according to the arguments which you are passing. So this is because of the same we are selecting Express as the development. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So any doubt, any difficulties, or anything that you want to know from my side for the MERN development? You can unmute yourself and you can speak. If you don't want to speak, you can type the message in the chat window. Yes, guys. Within 1 month, you cannot complete everything, but that is totally depends. Like after 1 month, you are not available for at least 1 or 2 hour in the weekdays. You can just decide your time, like at least if you can give daily 1 hour or 2 hour also you can complete. It is not compulsory to give the full day to learn a certain course, right? Anyone who is having any technical issue, anything? Yes, I can understand. You ask me. Ritu. If you don't have any queries for the same, guys, this is the full stack certification program details I have shared on the screen. If you want, you can quickly take the screenshot for the same. I have already given the full map, Ayush. So this is not mean. This is the MERN stack, right? So I have already given you the full roadmap for the MERN which you are going to learn. Once you are completing with the application, you are going to learn the testing part and also the deployment part as well, like how you are going to deploy your application in the real world. This is the extra things that we are going to include in this same. Yes. If you want more details, guys, you can connect to our contact person, Mr. Shivi Sekhar Singh. You can just save the contact number and email ID, and you can get the details from him. So that's it for the day, guys. You can take the screenshot for the website details, email ID, and contact number for the same, and you can keep the same with you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sonam ma'am. And Ayush, we will share the course brochure on the chat box. So just stay with us for 1 more minute. I'm sharing the course brochure that we are going to cover, like session by session. All right. And as you can see on the screen, if you enroll now, you can get 20% off on the total course fee. And I understand a lot of you might be having trouble following up with what the webinar was all about, because from non-technical background or non-IT background, you haven't not you never studied programming or coding. But don't worry, we have participants from different background with us. We have students who are from arts background, commerce background. As ma'am told us that anyone can learn with us, and we start from the very basic, right? We start from the the starting of the computers, when the computers were invented. We start from there, and we go all the way to the advanced level, step by step. So you don't need to worry about all those things. And It was a great session, ma'am. I hope it was as insightful for everyone as they expected it to be. And I hope all your queries were promptly addressed. If you have any questions, you can ask now regarding the program or regarding the technical aspects, anything. You can unmute yourself and directly ask. If you don't have any questions, please fill out the feedback form that is being floated in the chat box. If you Okay, so we have a question.
Yes. So obviously, front-end development right now, this is not a simple kind of front-end development which we are going to use, like you can see like simple HTML, CSS, and then designing part is not there, because nowadays we are writing the front-end that is totally different with the React or Angular. So this is right now in a very popular in the market, like React developer, React native developer, React JS developer, React hook developer. These are the multiple positions that we have with the front end development. If you just see about React, not only React, you can go for the Angular developer, Vue.js developer. So this is also a popular one that we have. So yes, we have a scope for this as well.
All right,
Okay.
thank you so much, Sonam ma'am. It was a wonderful session, and I would
Thank
like
you.
to thank everyone who has attended today's session. It was pleasure hosting you, and I would like to see a lot of you, joining us in our complete full stack program, which is there for the 6 months. It comes with a job guarantee for the Indian candidates, and it comes with job assistance for overseas candidates. Okay, so thank you again, everyone, and have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Have a happy learning for your future.
Thank you, ma'am. Those who want to know more about the program, you can directly fill out the interest form, and we will help you with everything. We'll help you with the course brochure, and we'll help you with the complete flow of the program. All right. We are keeping the link active for another 1 or 2 minutes. and then we'll end the session. Yes, so Arjun has shared the course brochure. You can directly download the course brochure from there, and you can have a look at what is going to be covered in the complete program. Thank you everyone for joining us. Have a great day.